What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the long-awaited day, at least for one of the mods in the Discord and stuff. He's been telling me to do Tom MacDonald for a while, and I really wanted to, and it just kind of got pushed back a little bit, but finally we're doing it. This is Tom MacDonald, Fake Woke. I've heard a few of Tom's songs in the past, and he seems to always like just try to get to the edge of what's socially acceptable and just go on the other side of that line. Whatever that line in the sand is that, you know, society as a whole has kind of been like, all right, this is where we'll stop, you know, whether it's music or art, like we just won't go past there. And Tom seems to always plow right through that line and just tiptoe on the other side and see what people say. So this one, with it being called Fake Woke, I can only imagine what he's going to talk about and like the crazy stuff he's going to say. But if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, join the family. If you do like Tom MacDonald, if you haven't heard of him, let me know at the end of this video if you dig him. And if you have heard of him and you want me to do more of him, like the video, lets me know. It's a little different than the music we normally do, but with YouTube going crazy with the block button and stuff on certain music, certain artists, it's been tough. But Tom's independent, thankfully, so we can show his stuff. But like I said, if you do enjoy Tom, whether it's your first time or whether you've heard him a million times, let me know, like the video, comment down below what other songs I should do. Other than that, let's get into it. Tom MacDonald, Fake Woke.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American.
Okay, yeah, dude. Tom, man, like I said, I haven't like followed him religiously, but when I have heard his songs, man, he just has a way of just being like, he tells the truth. That's the thing, is like, he's not bullshitting. Like, he's telling the truth. It's just a harsh truth in ways that you normally don't hear it because it's not sugar-coated. And people generally get offended by his stuff, and it's kind of crazy. And he has a ton of support. So like a bunch of people aren't offended, you know, they want this raw like take on things. So it's just kind of crazy that he gets so much hate. And I'm going to go back to the beginning because he said that, like, oh, I get so much hate. But yeah, Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls, you know, WAP. Like, it's just kind of crazy. Like, that's glorified. That's mainstream. But here's Tom just telling you the truth, and people hate on him. Like, it's kind of... And then he's talking about how M used to be, you know, killing his mom and skeletons in the closet and, you know, all the gay jokes. And now it's like, oh, if you voted for Trump, like, I hate you. Like, it's just kind of, oof. I don't know how much of that is the label.
Is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. Man. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, because you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death in public. As children, we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture.
Okay, I'm sorry, I won't pause it like a million times. I say it every time, but that literally just struck a chord with my soul right there, where it's like everybody, like, it's become such a popular, what do you want to say, ideology, popular take to hate America, to hate the United States, to, you know, be disgusted with the state of America and stuff like that. And it's like, do you realize, like, you, because of the freedoms that you have in America and now other places, I mean, everybody has it, not everybody has it, but a lot of places have it now, but back in the day, you'd be stoned to death for saying that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, but people were so far removed from, you know, people start taking freedoms for granted that they're like, oh, America's trash. But it's also like, well, because of America's values, you have the ability to say America's trash. You know, like back in the day, they would just kill you. And it's just, that just really hit me, because I'm like, dude, that's literally what I've been thinking.
Job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, because you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death in public. As children, we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now. The planet went crazy. Label everything we say as homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got Me Too food or they're rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need the chains. They gave us tiny screens. We think we free because we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. For people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings.
Oh yeah.
They won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zone.
One thing about Tom that I just recognized from like the other songs that I have heard is like I remember like from song to song he just sounds so different. Like not in like a bad way, but like he's just so versatile that not every song sounds the same and he doesn't have the same flow every time. And, you know, it's always like a new sound, kind of like with Ronnie, not as drastic as Ronnie's, you know, evolution, but like it's never old and stale with Tom, it seems to be. So that's just, it's really awesome to see that with him. Fake woke.
I think it's crazy how these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue cause they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name, when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food in my family.
Okay, I'm not going to touch on the BLM stuff, but the others, what he just said it before. Let's see.
Censorship's an issue because they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate.
There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. And people do not understand this concept these days. It's like he's talking about cancel culture, where it's just like, if you say something that I don't like we're canceling you, or I'm offended, so you're canceled. It's like, you have to take it situation by situation, because is it hate speech? Are they actually racist? Are they actually prejudiced? Do they actually are they spewing hate speech? Or do they just have an opinion that's different than your viewpoint, and so you hate them and you want them canceled? You know what I mean? Like, there's both. I'm not saying there's no hate speech. There's definitely racist, prejudiced people with hate speech. There's 100%. But there's also a lot of people that just have differing opinions, and you just want to cancel them because they don't fit your ideology or your viewpoint. So that's just an interesting, I like that little line there.
I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name, when the system's screwing everyone.
This is why Tom gets in trouble, bro.
I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food in my family, without being accused of celebrating native casualties. We got so divided, it's black and white and political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police, y'all are genius for sure. They're underfunded already, they're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops, see what reaches you first. Segregation ended, that's a lie in itself. That was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings.
They don't. Facts don't care.
Tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old.
Taking off the mask.
They so fake woke. Don't care about your feelings.
He has way more tattoos.
Peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase, but you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy, say it silently. When country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill. When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth.
Dude, it's so true. I don't want to cut him off here, but I know if I don't, it will get too far in. Let's go back. He's talking about censorship creating idiots.
Take a pill. When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They
like, that is such a key point, that it's like, I don't even know how to go into it, but it's just pretending that these things, like certain facts or certain things in history, pretending they're not there is just creating idiots. You know what I mean? Like censoring the truth because it hurts your feelings, even though it's the truth, it just creates a generation of idiots. And that's kind of what he's touching on. And it's so true. Like, censorship is so sketchy. There's a very fine line that we're going to figure out, I feel like, soon in this modern techie culture, social media culture, that like censorship is a problem especially when it's becoming like you just censor anything you don't agree with. I mean, that's just, it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope.
It's for our safety, I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change amen to amen and women. How we let them make praying a microaggression. Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness.
Okay, last stop before I let it play out. But the whole amen and women thing, I don't know if you saw that, but they ended Congress or some congressional hearing or something like that, where they said, they were saying a prayer or something, and then they said amen and a woman, like as the ending of the prayer. And it is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard. Amen is not, it doesn't signify gender in any sort of way. I forget what the actual like Latin or Greek or whatever it is. It's something to mean like I forget what it is, but it has nothing to do with gender apparently. And they just because it has the word men in it, they had to say a woman. And it's just like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Like, there's fine lines and there's sensible reasons to, you know, like I don't know how to explain this, but like if somebody has certain pronouns or certain whatever they want to be called, like that's fine. They can ask to be called whatever they want. But when you just start like spewing bullshit over things that don't have anything to do with gender, like a man and a woman, like it has nothing to do like literally with, it's just kind of crazy. They're just pandering is what these politicians are doing. They're pandering to a certain demographic of people with a certain viewpoint. And if you can't see that, even if you're within the demographic they're pandering to, that's also a problem. You should be able to see this, that they don't actually care about this or they don't actually believe this. They're just saying that so that we vote for them, you know? It's just kind of a crazy landscape right now.
How'd we let them make praying a microaggression? Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right.
Damn.
Damn.
He's just trying to piss people off now.
They won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake, whoa, same old safe zones. They so fake, whoa, facts don't care about your feelings.
Video by Nova Rockefeller. Is that his girlfriend? I know he has a girlfriend or wife that they do a lot of videos together or whatever, but okay, well, I guess that's a good introduction to Tom MacDonald for the channel. Like I said, very controversial guy, as you can probably tell by the content of the lyrics. But most of it, like, it's controversial simply because people try to avoid those topics because they're so sensitive, but he's not saying anything wrong. You know, if you really break down the lyrics, like the more I listened to the actual lyrics and really thinking about it, like none of it's false. Like he's not spewing any opinions that are hateful or that are wrong. He's just simply stating facts in 90% of this. So if you are offended by this, then maybe you should reevaluate because you're being offended by facts. And it just seems redundant. But other than that, I probably do more Tom MacDonald. Let me know in the comment section what you want. What songs of his would be fun, whether they're super controversial or not, whether they're just good songs. Let me know. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed Tom MacDonald, if we have a bunch of Tom MacDonald fans in the family, that'd be cool. But other than that, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well. Join the family, join the Discord. But that's it. Have a good day, you guys.